Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Sitting here with Tim Doyle. You say you do more college football right now. That's what you're doing a lot of?
Yeah, I'm really deep with college football. So, it's been an exciting year. Alabama's been the top dog all year.
When are they going to? Because that's the thing with a great college team. If they go on a roll like that, they're going to continue to recruit like crazy. Right. When are they going to lose?
Well, they just signed the top recruit in the country, the hand guy.
Like, why wouldn't you go there? What about that? Like, when are they going to lose or what?
I don't know.
Florida State, with the events that just happened, they're probably not going to beat them, right?
Well,
I think that's the best matchup, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Oregon's.
I would love to see one of those teams lose and see Stanford work its way up.
Well, Stanford, they lost that game to a very average Utah team. Yeah. So that's the one nice thing about college football. The regular season's so important. Lose one game, it's curtains.
Right, and to a mediocre team, it's really bad.
And then for Alabama,
if it's early in the season, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
They have Auburn still left on their schedule, and then whoever they play in the SEC title game out of the SEC East is more than likely they're going to be 2 touchdown favorites.
So give me the short list of people that could win if it's not Alabama. The whole thing.
Well, I really think Stanford, if they got a good matchup, they would be dangerous. Baylor, everyone's buying right now. They're 4-touchdown favorite over Texas Tech, who's just ranked 2 weeks ago.
Baylor is impressive. It's so hard to buy in, though. And I don't know why. You watch them play, and their offense is prolific. Their defense is unbelievable. But you're just like, it's Baylor.
What's the highest over-under you've ever seen? Because they're playing Texas Tech this weekend. What's the highest over-under you've ever seen in college
70s.
Football?
Oh, college football? Like 81?
It's 85.
Wow.
85 is the over-under Texas Tech Baylor.
Wow.
So you're down 85 to start off the game.
No kidding. Oh, my God. No, I know. I was a sucker. I'd get drunk, and I'd bet on the underdog. And I would go around to everybody at the bar going, I'm winning 58-0. It's before the game. I'm winning 58-0.
I had a friend. I lived across the street from Wrigley. Dan would know this. And he would call me about a half hour before the game. He'd be like, is the flags blowing in? And I'm like, what do you? He's like, look outside. I said, yeah, it's blowing in right now. He goes, thank you very much. I said, I said, all right.
Those guys, I feel sorry because a lifetime, it just doesn't work,
No, it doesn't.
I'm outside like Ben Franklin checking out the flags and stuff.
Well, think about it. I always said about the WNBA, never bet on the WNBA. And it's going to sound like I'm trying to make a joke here. And I'm sure other people have pointed this out, but I swear to you I'm not. The WNBA, them having their periods is a huge thing.
Really?
If you live with a woman, how different is she 4 days a month? Yeah. That's not even, I'm not kidding. Like, if you're a bookie, you got to have that information. You need the menstrual cycles of the Minnesota Lynx.
That's.
Come on, grow
I
up,
never
guys.
thought about that.
No one ever thought of that?
I never did.
Did you ever live with a broad who, she looks like Cinderella most of the year? And for 4 months, 4 days, she looks like me. A little irritable. I don't think, you try. When my girlfriend is menstruating, I can't see her running a good high pick and roll. Let me put it that. Come on, man. Bookies have all that information. It's like a health report. It's an injury report.
An injury?
Amanda's on the run. And you know what? That's another. Some people say this is true. When broads hang out together for a long amount of time, they'll have the same time. Yeah. So it all hits at once. You might as well have midgets out there playing. If the Minnesota Lynx, they're the best team in the WNBA, right?
How do you know that, by the way?
Well, because they won the championship. That's all I'm going by.
Oh, okay. That's more than I know.
I'm not a sexist.
That's news to me.
I'm not a sexist like you.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't glued to my WNBA hoops.
You ever watch a WNBA game?
Yeah, it's like organized chaos. You got people just running around in circles. Yeah,
it's a lot of getting a root canal.
You know what I think they should do? And tell me if I'm crazy. I think they should lower the women's rims to 9. I would watch it. Someone goes baseline, just dunks it with 2 hands.
Yeah, listen, that's.
Why not? Because I have trouble watching the game when they're shooting like a ping pong ball into a hoop that seems like it's 18 feet high.
But now we're adjusting.
That's my personal opinion.
Now we're adjusting the game. Why don't we just not have the WNBA?
No, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, letting girls play. I think letting girls play college.
I think the women might object.
Really?
My son is in 3rd grade, and they're in their league. The rims are at 9 feet. So a professional basketball player, being a woman, looking at that, saying, "Oh, you're going to make us do the elementary school level."
You know who
rims.
suggested
That's
it?
kind of a slap in the face.
You know who suggested it?
Yeah, but
the UConn coach.
Yeah.
He's a pretty successful
Really?
women's coach. Yeah. because he
They're
thinks
not-
the game needs to be more exciting.
Right. I mean,
I see a women's basketball game on any channel. I don't stay. I flip it as that's just me. I'd rather watch the guys play. But if girls are going baseline and dunking backwards, I would stick with it.
I'd rather sit in the dark and make out with my pillow. I've done that.
Yeah, we heard.
Anyway, getting back to college football, it's Florida State and Alabama.
Yeah.
And then everyone else. I think if Alabama loses a game, they're going to get in over Baylor anyway. Alabama's got so much.
But who are they going to
clout.
lose to? What do they got coming up?
They have Auburn. That's their one tough game. Legit.
Well, and then
Out of the
who's leading
SEC East,
the East?
it's going to be the Missouri or Georgia. It's going to come out of the SEC East.
Georgia's
probably
got two
Georgia.
losses, though, right? So they're done.
And Missouri already has a loss, and they had beaten them. So the SEC East is very mediocre football.
What is the
How about
bowl-
Ohio State? Ohio State could go 2 years in a row where they go undefeated and don't play a national title game.
That's, again, why it's a knock on the system doesn't work.
So they go to 4 teams next year, and I think everyone's kind of waiting on that. I personally think 8 teams would be perfect. Plus, then you got teams that are like 10, 11, 12 that think they have a shot. If you're ranked 10th right now, you're like, sweet. Where are we going? Orlando for the Outback Bowl?
You know what, though? I feel like if you go to 8, if you go more than +2, then because anyone can just have a great game, and you never know with turnovers and that sort of thing. You'd end up having a national champion who maybe doesn't deserve it. 8 teams makes it too plausible that a bad team can be
I think
a good
8
team.
is a nice number. Everyone loves the tournament. Look what they've done to March Madness. 64 to 65 to now they have how
It's
many?
more
Now
teams, it's
72.
more gambling, it's more games.
I don't think it's watered down at all. I think you would have more teams that are at like 13, 14, 15. Now all of a sudden you're watching every game every week. If 9 and 10 lose, now you got a shot to
Well,
move
you
up there.
can't do that with football.
Look
though.
what baseball's done. How many teams made the playoffs this year? If you didn't make the playoffs, it was an embarrassing year.
To me,
Major
that
League.
extra-
Yes,
that
you're
extra
right.
game
you
is
can do
stupid.
that you can do that with baseball and basketball, but you can't ask a football team to play 19, 20 games a season. It doesn't work for college kids.
Well, I think the whole
They'll
college.
break.
I think playing those awful non-conference games when Alabama plays Savannah State and they're 74-point favorite. It's like I think you got to eliminate one of those
I
non-conference.
say you
games.
get even
Well, you
more
can
bowls.
eliminate 3. I mean, you can lop them off the front.
Get even more bowls. Open it up to different sponsors. Like New Mexico could have like the Crystal Meth Bowl.
Yeah.
That I'd want. You could have that up for 7 straight days they could play. Again, the menstrual cycle thing is not offensive. It's a fact. Talk to bookies. They all know when Rebecca Lobo has her period.
I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard this bit before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know
had
it.
no
I
idea.
guarantee they know it.
Unreal. Well,
Want to talk some college hoops?
eye-opening.
Huh?
Want to talk some college hoops?
Not if you're going to continue this attitude. No, I do. I love college. Do we have to take a break? I won't. All right, fine. College hoops, again, that was my favorite debate.
I thought you made a good point during the break about Andrew Wiggins and how he looks like
What'd I say about him?
he hasn't grown into his body yet. His
No,
potential.
he looks like a boy, yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of Garnett as far as just like he's got limbs and arms everywhere.
Right.
But I got a question for you. Do you draft off potential? And most people do, right? How good a guy's going to be. But now I have a hard time believing these guys are going to stay motivated to keep getting better because the money's so big. You told that story about Joe Montana before.
Yeah.
Those guys stayed in shape. They tried to get better every year because that money mattered to them, how they performed the next year.
Right.
Now,
You have to be wired a certain way. Like LeBron. LeBron's out there.
do you think
working
Dwight?
on his
You think Dwight Howard's
deficiencies.
wired like that?
No.
No, I agree.
Yeah, not everybody's competitive, It's like...
I think the best centers of the NBA was Ewing and Robinson and Hakeem because those guys got better. Those guys are shooting 17-foot fallaways. Like they expanded their game. Where Dwight Howard, he's still a brute. He still can't make free throws, and that's where I question if guys want to get better every year because once they get paid, they just mail it in.
No, it is. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Everybody's like that. It's human nature.
So if I had the first pick, I wouldn't take Wiggins. I would take Randall from Kentucky because I think physically he's just an absolute beast,
Potential wide.
and he could just bully people in the post.
Yeah, but again, then you got agents involved, and they're all going to get paid. Believe me, the unions, they're going to get paid. They gotta be that guy that wants it. They gotta want it. Jordan, no matter how much he made, always
Right.
wanted it. So that's it.
I played. I got into town. My friend's like, "Hey, you want to come play ball?" So I go up to the New York AC, thinking I'm going to be guarded by like a dentist or someone. There's 6 former NBA players there, and Smush Parker's there, who played alongside Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And he was telling some fabulous Kobe Bryant stories.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that this was like a nationwide beef between him and Kobe. And he was like, I'm sitting there like after I'd lost like 6 straight games. And I'm going screen and roll with Smush. I'm like, dude, I'm a pharmaceutical salesman. Like, anyway. And he was saying that Kobe and him had the locker right next to each other. 2 years. Kobe Bryant, not one word to him.
But don't
Not hello, not goodbye, not how's your day going.
Hasn't there been enough guys who had a beef with Kobe where you think Kobe's an a-hole? I mean, it just seems like that, right? Like A-Rod. I mean, after a while, he's probably he's got the problem.
Yeah. But
Right?
he's a
I
guy
mean,
that's
Shaq
wired.
hated him.
He's a guy that's wired the way you want a guy to be wired in terms of.
I
wanting to continue to improve
think
himself.
A-Rod's that bad of a. I think he's just really weird.
On what scale of human beings are you using?
I think he's really weird.
Hitler? Come on, he's a jerk off.
I think he's just really odd. He's like from outer space.
Dude, I guarantee you hang with him for 5 minutes, you want to hit him with a bat. Ask most of the Yankees. I've talked to them, believe
Yeah,
me.
you never
I
hear
won't
good
name
stuff.
names. I won't name names, but they all hate him.
Really?
Yeah, one guy, I'll tell you. I mean, I'm professional, I won't tell you. His last name rhymes with Schmanderson. I could do this all night.
Why would he want to come to the Yankees?
Who?
A-Rod. What was that? But why?
Because for a while we were a jewelry store. We were just giving out rings, man. Everybody came here. And he got one. I hate that. He got one.
Yeah.
Now he's gone.
Yeah.
We got to take a break. These are your buddies over here eating.
Yeah.
These Long Island guys?
I mean, the lowest of low.
Do you mind it? Can you guys clap your hands so you don't take nothing?
I think one of them has actually all 4 hubcaps on their car.
Nah, eat up, guys. That's good. How often you guys walk in? Rock with the Spiritos there. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Right?
really nice.
All we need is a supermodel. We'll round it off. Food, broads. You're married, of course. Well, Tim, come back anytime, man. Seriously.
Thank you for having me on. It's
Yeah,
a pleasure.
anytime, buddy. Come back. And, we'll have more eats and talk more hoops.
Countdown's on for you.
Yeah,
1 year, right?
that's right.
You'll be a lucky man.
All right.
You'll be a lucky man.
There's a team of lawyers working on the prenup. Okay, back after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.